Hi, this is Taylor with Fox Pool Management. So today we are going to be going over testing, particularly free chlorine and pH. We're also going to do total and combined near the end. So free chlorine and pH, the first step is you want to take your test tube and you want to make sure that you hold this upside down. If you hold this right side up and you get that top layer of water, well, the sun kills off the top layer of chlorine, so you're not going to get an accurate reading. So you want to make sure that you have your test tube held upside down. You go in and down to your elbow, and then you flip it so you get that bottom layer of water. Next, you're going to tap out the water level to get it down to the side lines. So the line that says 44 over here, and on the other side, the line that says 9 over here. We're going to tap it out. Next, we're going to take our reagents. So we're going to start with R1. So we're going to do 5 drops of this into the small tube for chlorine, free chlorine. Next, we're going to do 5 drops of R2 into this small tube for free chlorine. We're going to move on to R4 for pH this time into the big tube. 5 drops. We're going to cap it right here, shake it up a little bit, and then we are going to compare the coloration here. So if we're looking at the test tube here on the back, we're going to see on the pH side, we're going to see a color. We're going to compare that color and kind of give a kind of round to the closest coloration. So if we're looking at this, we want to be looking at bright colored objects. We don't really want buildings. We don't want trees or anything like that. So open sky away from the sun works really well. You can also do the pool sometimes if you're looking for a different angle, or even white colored objects also works really well. So if we're looking at this once again, we're going to compare the coloration. So pH would be somewhere around 7.4, somewhere within that range, maybe slightly higher. Chlorine would be now on this side. We're ignoring this row. This is BR, 20, 15, 10, 6. We're ignoring that row. We're just looking at chlorine here. So this would be approximately a 3 for chlorine, free chlorine. So next, what we're going to do, that's your free chlorine and pH, which you will be testing once every single hour with your lifeguards, or your lifeguards will be testing that for you. So next, what we're going to do is total and combined chlorine. Typically, this is only done like twice a day. So like once when your lifeguard gets there, once when your lifeguard leaves, you're testing for free or total and combined chlorine. So what we're going to do is, instead of getting rid of our sample right away, we're going to uncap our sample. And it's really simple. We're just going to take R3 and add 5 drops to the small tube. We're going to cap it up again, shake it, and retest and see what it is. And very frequently, I'm still seeing a 3. Very frequently, it will be the same number as your free chlorine. And what we just tested for was total chlorine. So total chlorine, and then free chlorine, total is just the R3. Now combined chlorine is total chlorine minus free chlorine equals combined chlorine. Let's slow that one more time. Total chlorine, or combined chlorine, is total chlorine minus free chlorine, which equals combined chlorine. So now that we're done with our sample, what we can do is we're going to take it and dump it out. If there's somebody right there, it's not going to hurt them, but they might freak out. So you can also dump it really anywhere, into the grass or concrete, but we can just dump it in the pool. And then you want to make sure you rinse between uses so that it doesn't stain the test tube, and then also so that it doesn't mess with your next test. Final thing is just going to be, what are the best, most appropriate levels for chlorine and pH? pH typically wants to be 7.6 or 7.4. 7.8 and 7.2 are the like barely in ranges. 8 and 7 are out of range, but that's not freak out, panic. The pool can still be open. It's just gonna mess with the pool chemistry over time. So it probably wants to be adjusted just whenever it's able to be. Chlorine, 2 to 5 is your best range typically. With 7, 5, and 10, usually eating through your chlorine very quickly but 1 to 10 is still the barely acceptable range for health inspections, though typically if you're at a 1 or a 10, you're going to want to adjust your chlorine to get it more centered. That's about it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.